Hello guys and welcome back to Planet 40k Space Marines. So we've just done a video relating to the new models that were released in the Leviathan box set for 10th edition. We went through the article on Warhammer Community. There's some new interesting stuff in there. But in this video right now we're going to go through some of the data sheets that they also put into that same article. Or it might be in a different article, but it's also released on the same day, 29th of April. So let's get straight into this. The first datasheet is the Infernus Squad. So let's break this down. So let's go through the stats to begin. Movement of 6, that's kind of standard. Toughness 4, kind of standard. 3 plus armor save, 2 wounds, 6 plus leadership, and objective control is 1. So all those statistics are pretty straightforward for a standard Space Marine infantry model. So let's break into their weapons, keywords, and abilities. So ranged weapons, they're all coming with the bolt pistols. I don't think there's any difference here. There's still 12-inch range, just one shot. Yeah, nothing really has changed for the bolt pistol, so we're going to go straight into the new weapon here, which is the Pyro Blaster. This comes with the Ignores cover ability as well as the Torrent ability. Now, Ignores cover, it kind of speaks for itself. It's going to ignore cover, no light cover, and cover is now cover. There is no light cover, dense cover anymore in 10th edition, so this just simply ignores cover. As for the Torrent keyword, I'm not sure what that means. I mean, I don't think they're going back to the old templates, are they? I doubt it. It could just mean automatically hitting like the Flamers used to do. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what the Torrent ability actually does for weapons. Now again, it's a 12-inch range, D6 amount of attacks, ballistic skill NA. So in fact, there's another hint. It automatically hits because there is no ballistic skill. Strength 5, which is quite interesting. It's not strength 4. No AP, 1 damage, so it's now effectively a heavy flamer here, isn't it? So quite interesting that these guys come equipped with heavy flamers. Melee weapons, they've just got the standard close combat weapons. Again, there's nothing new there. Strength 4, no AP, 1 damage, so we can't really expect much. These guys aren't really meant to be in combat anyway. They've got the Oath of Moment faction ability, which that's a whole detachment in itself. And their special unique ability is Purge the Foe. So Purge the Foe, in the shooting phase, after the unit is shot, you can select one enemy infantry unit hit by one or more of these attacks by your pyroblasters. That enemy unit must now take a battle shock test. Now in previous articles we've learnt that a battle shock test is their new way of doing a morale test, but you're doing it in your command phase because there is no morale phase anymore. And you don't actually lose models anymore, they simply lose abilities. They've already revealed that in a previous article. So forcing that on an opponent's unit, I don't think that's the best ability in the world. But once you have already fired all these Pyroblaster shots that are automatically hitting and you're targeting the correct targets, like for example loads of gaunts, that's a perfect target there, low toughness, low armor save, they're already losing models anyway. They've also got a new keyword here, which is the grenades keyword, so that could relate to a stratagem perhaps. And they've also got the tacticus keyword as well, so again, could relate to stratagems or it could relate to some sort of character buff. Again, we'll have to wait and see on that one. Okay, so that's the first datasheet that they revealed for Space Marines for the 29th of April. There was another one for the Ballistus, is it Ballistus? Ballistus Dreadnought. So we've got another new Dreadnought. Did we need another Dreadnought that has kind of the same sort of weaponry that we've already seen before? I don't really know, but let's get into the datasheet and then we'll maybe find out. So moving 8 inches, so yeah, pretty good, pretty quicker than the standard ones that are 6 inches. Toughness 10, we know that toughnesses are going to change, so that does look really cool at first glance, but all the toughnesses for the heavy armoured vehicles are going to go up anyway. So toughness 10, we don't really know where that stands at this point. 2 plus armor save, very nice. 12 wounds, yep, standard. Leadership 6, and the objective control is 4, so it counts as 4 models when determining an objective or controlling an objective, because there is no objective secured in 10th edition. Right, so there's no like weapon upgrades and options at first glance anyway, so we're just gonna have to go through this as it comes. Ranged weapons. So we've got the Ballistus Missile Launcher, which is frag and crack. The frag is blast. Nothing really new from those two. Both 48-inch range. The crack is 2d6. Yep, kind of standard. Well, 2d6, I suppose that's actually more because previously it was just d6, right? So you're getting double the amount of shots there effectively. BS3. Strength 5, not strength 4, okay. No AP, 1 damage, so it's kind of it's kind of a basic weapon, but it is good against gaunts again, which is kind of the whole purpose of this box set, this Leviathan box set, which this model is a part of. At the end of the day, it is Space Marines against Tyranids that have a lot of gaunts. So that's the crack version, that's the frag version. The crack version is basically a 2-shot crack missile. It's strength 10 though, which is pretty cool. Strength 10, minus 2 AP, D6 damage. So they've gone back to the D6, but that's okay. If they do it for everybody, that's fine. It's then got the las cannons. I think it's a twin las cannon. Yep, it's got 2 attacks there, as you can see with the A. It is strength 12, so it's not strength 9, these las cannons. These are strength 12, so they have gone up. That will be matching the increase of toughness for some of the models. Minus 3 AP and D6 plus 1 damage. The plus 1 I think is a bit weird, but I suppose it could be more useful against those heavily armoured vehicles that have got lots of wounds. I don't think they needed to add that at the very start of the edition, but hey, they've done it and that's what it is. It also comes with the Twin Storm Bolter, which is rapid fire 2, as well as Twin Links. If I remember correctly, they're re-rolling wound rolls, was it? I'll have to go back to the article, I can't remember what that is now. Rapid fire 2, Twin Links, and you've got 24-inch range. It's 2 shots, but that's before you do the rapid fire. BS3, strength 4, no AP, 1 damage. So very straightforward weaponry there. Melee weapons, armoured feet. Okay, so we're fighting with our feet. We're not fighting with our, I suppose it hasn't got any fists, has it? Because it's just kitted out with missile launchers and las cannons. But the feet have got 5 attacks. So you're stomping with weapon skill 3+, strength 7, no AP, 1 damage. It's not the best, don't get me wrong. I mean, strength 7, it all depends on what the toughnesses are in the new edition. I think it's just vehicles and monsters that are going to get the boost. Standard infantry, standard bikers aren't really going to get a boost, so I think strength 7 is still going to fall short against most things, especially when you've got no AP and only 1 damage. When you've got strength 7, you need the AP and you need the damage for it to be semi-useful. Otherwise, it's effectively, it's just saying, yep, you can wound on a 3+, effectively. That's all it's really saying. Because if you're going up against toughness 4, yeah, you're going to be wounded on a 3+. If it was going up against toughness 3, you only need strength 6 to wound on a 2+, so the strength 7 is a bit, it's a bit over the top, you don't need it. That's why I've never been a fan of strength 7. So, in fact, there's a little thing at the bottom. Before selecting targets for the weapon, select one of its profiles to make its attacks with. Right, yeah, of course, so the frag or the crack. That's obvious, duh. Right, so it's a vehicle, it's a walker, Imperium, so that again, all that stuff could relate to character buffs and stratagems. It's got the abilities. Core Demise D3, I believe that is the explosion ability, so if it gets destroyed on a D3, no, not on a D3, on a 6, model's going to take D3 mortal wounds that are nearby. Faction Oath of Moment again. The special unique ability is the Ballistus Strike. Each time this model makes a ranged attack that targets a unit that is not below half strength, you can reroll the hit rolls. So that's good against vehicles, I suppose. I mean, if you've got one vehicle, that's one model in a unit, so therefore they're not below half strength, so you're rerolling hit rolls all the time against models against units that have got one model. And if you're going up against large units of gaunts, for example, and you're using the blast keyword, you're going to be rerolling hit rolls over 1. So it's useful in both ways. Against units that are quite small, or units that were large that have now become quite small, it's not as useful against those, but that probably wouldn't be your target anyway, because it would probably be overkill. So yeah, it's not a bad ability to have for this Dreadnought. It's then got a damage 1 to 4 wounds remaining ability, whatever that is, a C. While this model has 1 to 4 wounds remaining, each time a model makes an attack, subtract 1 from the hit roll. Interesting, yeah, but that's in fact an interesting thing right there, because it appears to me that there's no degradable stats anymore. Because this model has more than 10 wounds, but there's no degradable stats. So therefore, they've added that little part in the bottom there, damaged. So damaged, it only degrades when it's got 4 wounds or less, but it doesn't degrade the actual stats. Well, in a way it does. It minuses 1 from the hit roll, so that's your weapon skill and your ballistic skill. I thought they were trying to simplify this, but they've now put the ballistic skill with the weapon, but they've then added another part to the side to say minus to it. Kind of feels like it's going back to 9th edition, but yeah, that's what it is. So yeah, that's the two data sheets that they've announced on the Warhammer community page for the Infernus Squad as well as the Ballistus Dreadnought. What do you guys think? The Infernus Squad, I personally think it's going to be a really good unit to use. As mentioned in the other video, we've already got the Hell Blasters with the Plasmas. We've already got the Eradicators with the Melters, so this makes sense to have, this Infernus Squad with the Flamers. Maybe in the future we'll have some sort of missile launcher unit with purely missile launchers, which could be good. But as for the Dreadnought, I'm not that excited about that. We've got loads of dreadnoughts in the Space Marine Codex, and all the sub-factions have got their own dreadnoughts as well, which don't really know how they're going to translate into the next edition. This just seems like a standardized dreadnought, if you like. We could probably make this dreadnought with some of the other dreadnoughts that we've already got. But hey, it's a new release and they're trying to sell new models. So guys, that is it from me today. Well, it might not be from me today because there might be some more articles that are coming out today. If there is, I'll probably do another video. But yeah, remember to subscribe on your exits. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next one.